When you have a call to action on your website, most calls to action have a strong benefit statement, as it's called. Click here to get our report and watch your life improve. But I want to flip that idea on its head and tell you why a negative call to action is more effective. Stay tuned. Regular podcast viewers know that I'm a huge fan of Dr. Robert Cialdini, somebody who's been the topic of dozens of my podcasts over the years. And I think there's many lessons to be learned from his research and especially his book, Influence, The Psychology of Persuasion. If you don't have a copy, go grab it on Amazon. It's under $10. Now, in his book, he lists 6 principles of influence. And today's podcast I want to base on the principle of scarcity. Dr. Cialdini has shown that people are moved to action more by the thought of loss than that of gain. And what's this have to do with dental calls to action? Well, let me tell you. Rather than telling someone what they can gain by answering the call to action, show them what they're going to lose by not answering that call to action. Now, here's a few real examples that you can use with virtually any call to action. Number 1, benefit. Don't miss this opportunity to get the bright white smile you've always wanted. Something like set your appointment now or continue living with those painful, ill-fitting dentures. And with that example, we've tied a benefit statement to acting now. Here's another example. This half-price offer good for 2 weeks only. Or say it this way. New patients get a free checkup and cleaning through the end of this month only. Now, why should anyone act now when they can get the offer anytime they want? If it's an offer, it has to have an expiration date. Just like your appointments with patients have end times. Offers have expirations. Third, selectivity. Only the first 20 patients who call our office will get this special offer. Or say it a different way. Say, seating is limited to the first 50 patients who RSVP. Or maybe we only have 15 appointments for new patients remaining this month. Now, this is basic supply and demand economics. The less perceived supply, the higher the demand. Let me leave you one final word on scarcity. You can't offer the negative calls to action and then not have a negative. If you offer a special open to the first 20 people who fill out a form and then you run it for 6 months, what message does that really send to your dental prospects? Now, either it's not really limited, it's costing you credibility, or it's taking you 6 months to get to that 20 people. Now, that's not to say you can't rotate that call to action and run it again in the future, but you have to let people forget about it for a month or two and then come back and run it. You can't just run it so frequently that there's literally no scarcity. Come back tomorrow. I want to talk about the key elements to creating great video. Until then, keep moving forward.